Mr. D with you here for your blocking series, intermediate level, green belt, blue belt, purple belt level blocking techniques. First one I'd like to cover is circular block, normally performed in a walking stance. You're going to come forward, stepping and circling as you block through, almost like an elaborate inner forearm block. So it's reverse. The hand is reverse of the foot that's out. For example, if your left leg is out, then you would circle with your right. Now what you want to do is prepare it like an inner forearm block. So for example, if I'm circling with my right hand will go in front, just like the inner forearm block, because it ends up like an inner forearm block. So an attack is coming at you here, you want to take, block, maybe a kick coming at you, block the leg, go under, lift up, and then as you come forward, see how it sort of prepares like an inner forearm block, and then pull through. Okay, so it's a sweeping motion, you come up, you aim your fist down, other hand, just like you were preparing here, other hand, just comfortable position, return, that's the return hand, circle, and pull through. All one motion though, and then pull through. Let's look at what the lower body's doing. So as you circle, sorry to face away from the camera, but I'm going to, as I circle and come down this heel it goes up. As I lift, that heel stays up, drop it as you block through. Okay, so from this side, as you circle, lift, see that heel? See, this is the down, up, down, the sine wave. Down, up, down, as you pull through. Okay, practice that one a lot. It's tricky. Do both sides. Work on that circular block. Remember to prepare it like an inner forearm block. And I think if you'll do that, you'll have good success. Mr. D back with you. Next block we're going to go over is the double forearm block. All right, so double basically means two arms doing one thing. All right, this would be a twin, this would be a double. This would be a twin, this would be a double. So, just to give you an idea of that. This is high section, supported by your other hand. You know, maybe you're getting in close and you're blocking, big turning kick coming at your head or something. You want to come here and block. Supported by your other fist. Your other fist, or that arm, is grounded into your body, into the side of your body. So you have pretty good structure here. Now, you're not going to have maybe a lot of power here, but you're going to have power down in here. You're going to be able to block good and strong down in here. When performing this in pattern, just do it eye level, just like so, fist at eye level. Walking stance, good. You'll see it in X stance, you'll see it in all kinds of other stances as well. So, be prepared to do that in different stances. But for now, let's do this in a walking stance. Reach your arms back, almost like you're doing the guarding block. Okay, reach them back and pull through and block. Does that make sense? Practice out like that, just reaching back, like so, comfortable, elbows facing down. Think of this, in a forearm, just like that. But this one is swinging with it. So it's a high in a forearm, or doubling up, double forearm like so. It's for a little extra security, a little extra power. So it prepares this first hand like an inner forearm block, and then you just drop into that and put power. Since you don't have a hand going to the belt, you'll want to increase the power by sine wave, coming up and dropping, and hip motion. A lot of hip motion in that movement. Okay, so reach those hands back like so, pull through an inner forearm block. If you do it that way, you'll have good success. Mr. D back with you. Next block to go over is your palm hooking block. Prepare it kind of like a knife hand block, or outer forearm, okay, back fist to back fist. So for example, my left will do the hooking block. You're going to prepare behind as your other hand goes to your belt. All right, but it's an open hand and it's reasonably soft. When you're doing your goal or something, you don't have to, okay? It's sort of a soft motion like that. We used to have to do it years ago, slow motion. That's okay. You don't have to do it that way, but you want to have a soft hand as you hit. Remember that sleeve grab in self-defense? As we got our sleeve grab, we went over and we hooked. So it's more than just a block, it's like a grasp too. So you're hooking, block, grasping, all right, and then later punching like in your goal. Okay, so it's a palm hook, using the palm part of your hand. Come up and prepare and make like a circle, or kids call it a rainbow or something like that, up, down like so. One, then the other hand can do the same thing as you practice it in the pattern. You're going to see this in Taekwon-Do stepping, you're going to see it in sitting stance, you're going to see palm hooking in a lot of stances, a lot of different movements, okay? So it's a block, grasp kind of thing. You can keep someone from hitting you doing it, and you can also block and grab and grasp on as you practice it. So from the side here, one, just like so, two, wind your hip up as you do this movement, okay? This is higher, like in the pattern. This is middle height right here, so like in the sleeve grab, okay? So that's palm hooking block. Work at it, practice it, and I know you'll have good success. Mr. D back with you for your next block, which is called a upward block. In Jung-gun, it's performed in a rear foot stance, or you might think cat if you're karate, or generic rear foot in Taekwondo we call it. This is to lift. Sometimes we knock things down, sometimes we use our palm, push things to the side. Okay, this is to lift. Someone's grabbing my belt, I lift their hand up like so. Okay, then you can grab on and kick or to do some other things. So it's to redirect, okay? So how we want to prepare is reaching out with both hands. And then as this hand will come to my belt, that's my left hand, this right hand will come upward and block. So if you can see from here, or from this angle, like so. So reach out, so you got a good, strong pulling hand, and then let this circle up and under. So it's not bowling, you're not going back and doing it, you're coming from the side. It can also be performed double, like in Chung-Mu. We can come up and do like a double upward, all right? So you want to reach out and scoop up. Practice this in your basic exercise, going forward, going backwards. You will get better. One last thing, the sine wave's a little tricky. You want to drop your body as your hand goes up. So watch my body, my head come down as the hand goes up. So you're still getting that downward, that dropping motion. And that's going to take a little bit to practice, okay? So do it up and down on your own basic exercise, work at it, lift. Again, a little bit above your belt in the height that you need to reach. So if someone's trying to grab your belt or hit you in the rib or something, you can lift that up and guide that up. Practice it that way and you'll have good success. Mr. D back with you. This next block is called palm upward block. So you're hitting with your palm. Now, upward is simply what we say. You deflect, someone goes in and grabs your belt, you're lifting it up. We have some that will press down. You'll see in a little bit, will press down. Okay, we have some that will regular palm like that, using your palm and pushing an arm out of the way. You've probably seen that as you're starting to do one steps. But this will lift. This is an upward, not a downward. This pressing is kind of both. Comes up and comes down. Okay, and we sort of press as we do it. This, what I wanted to go with you over right now from Jung-gun is an upward. By the way, upward can come in double or single. This is a single palm upward block. And again, we're just redirecting, deflecting with our palm. Normally performed in rear foot stance, can be performed in X, it can be performed in other stances, like here this is walking, or in Taekwon-Do it's a walking or a low stance, lifting upward. So There's many uses of that palm block and many stances that it can go upward in. So let's see how to prepare this. Now reach with both hands, and this one, this is my left, will go to my belt. This one, the right hand, will lift upward, like so. If you can, come more from the side than behind you. So not bowling so much, but like you're splashing water, lifting. The object of the whole thing is to direct an attack upward, like so. Here, so if you can see from this angle. Let's do that better. There we go. All right. Two hands, just like so, single hand. So in slow motion or fast. Pressing down, and this one coming up. On this one, by the way, this pressing, the downward palm is the key. That's what we're more concerned, blocking an attack. All right, but it still includes that upward as you do it. But that upward is more opposite motion. One last thing on the single palm upward block is your sine wave. You want to drop as your hand goes up. So you want to drop your body while your hand, notice my head, drops as the hand goes up. That timing is tricky. It seems a little counterintuitive. Hand going up, body dropping, but like a lever, you can see the power that you can make with it. All right, so a little bit of hip motion, a lot of drop on that move. If you practice those palm blocks that way, you'll have good success. Mr. D back with you for U-shaped block. This is in Jungun pattern. Later you'll see U-shaped grasp and Taekwon pattern. So here we're preparing just like we're holding a beach ball or something. Here and flipping our hands over, just like so. Okay, so as you go from one side to the other, just prepare and flip over. There's all kinds of different uses for this. You could be arc-handing somebody up high, throat, maybe going into the groin. This is all, but it's technically a block. So this is why we don't put it in the strike section here, it's in the block section. So originally we called it stick block, because sometimes when people come in with a Cali stick, they'll come in this way. And you want to be here and block like so. So this can be performed in L stance, it can be performed in fixed stance like Jungun. It can be in other stances too, we've seen this. So you want to make sure that your arc hands, this inside part of your hand, faces out, and that the hands are even, just like so. First arm covering your brow, like so, protecting up here. Second, about belt height in towards your rib, and just kind of cover, like so. And again, make sure the hands are even as you practice this. This would be a good idea to take a stick like this and practice and work on that, okay? So, coming up, so here just preparing, breathing out, and striking your arc hands towards your opponent. All right, work on that, practice that, and I know you'll have good success. Hey, it's Mr. D with you. Let's go over rising block with the X fist. Now we know rising block, of course, but we're gonna X. We're gonna come here and X. Since they're not knife hands here, they're fists, we call it rising block with the X fist, or guess what? Rising block with the X knife hand. So either one, you just open and use the edges instead of the forearms as you block. Preparation for both, knife hand and fist, start down by your belt. So you start here and they lift up. So notice my hands open for the knife hand, or they stay shut for the fist. You've seen the knife hand one in your two steps. You'll see this in pattern Jungun. Okay, either one acceptable. Both can trap well, not only block, very securely block against some obstacle coming in at you or down at you, but they can trap. You can grab from here. So it's a nice little trapping move as well as blocking. All those X type of blocks. Now we also have another X that's here, using our forearms, and we guard our solar plex. This one's done in L stance in Chung Mu pattern, Gebek pattern. Okay, so that blocks our solar plexus. So we use it here to block, cover, and trap. someone punching at us. We might lift it a little bit, grab the punch, trap, and then get back, we have a kick to follow. So these are the X blocks. So prepare here, coming up, prepare here, rising up, prepare here, X rising up. Okay, on this, good walking stance, make sure you can see under. A lot of times people will block and they'll be here. Guess what? That punch you're trying to block may hit you. Lift it up over your head, see under, be able to have vision underneath, okay? So that's a common mistake people make. They don't look under as they do this. They don't lift their attack or arm high enough. Practice it that way and you'll have good success.